Alright, Shalom. I'd like to start off saying Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harakak Wadash, Ba'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, my elder Heron as well. Salutations to the occupant of the pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men and women and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Alright, I'm Kanak Storm, bringing y'all Charlotte from the Lions and the Yahshua camp. This is another Lions and News and Prophecy. And, um, it hasn't been much talks about how the economy going is going right now, but because it's been a bunch of like diversions, like taking people's mind off of how you know the global economy is entering into a recession and starting, what I'm saying, mainly starting with the United States, and but a lot of people are worried about what's going on with Trump, what's going on with Diddy, and things like that. Not even paying attention to what's going on over in the Middle East, Russia, Ukraine, things like that. But there's a lot of things going on in the global economy. Like you have other nations like China and Russia putting sanctions on the United States, which how often do you hear about shit like that? Sanctions being placed on the United States, you know. So and it's all being done through the will of Yahweh Shem Al Shai unto the salvation of the elect and ushering in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Al Shai. And the destruction of the kingdom of Esau that's set up right now. You know, so this article says that the United States economy is flashing a recession warning that has only been wrong once in the last century. Top economist says. So the the United States economy is circling in the drain. Um, just like how when the elder did the video with Klaus Schwab, saying like how the United States would be slowly circling the drain. Um, about a couple of years ago, you know, this is what we're witnessing happening. But they're going to try to revitalize it with the new world order, and that's when they're going to implement the chip, the CHIP, which is the MOTB. The Revelation 13 and 16. You're not going to be able to buy or sell without this identification um, mark. It says the economy is flashing a recession warning that has only been wrong in once in the last 120 years. The ECRI's leading economic index has started to decline in the past year. Top economist Lakshaman Akothon said, "Oh boy, GPD growth and the job market are also weakening in certain areas, which could lead to trouble for the United States," he added. The United States economy is flashing a classic recession warning that has only shown a false positive once in the last century. According to top economist, I can't say his name, the business cycle expert and co-founder of the Economic Cycle Research Institute pointed to troubling signs of weakness in the United States, with warning signs of a downturn cropping up in multiple areas of the economy. The ECRI's leading economic index, the economic indicator with a near perfect track record, has started to decline over the last year. Ak- 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 Akanton said, speaking in a webcast with Rosenberg Research on Wednesday. I said the decline in the index has started to level out in recent months. Still, a fall in the index has been followed by a recession every time over the last 120 years. He noted that with the exception of when the index declined after World War II. But we're witnessing all the economic struggles globally as if there is a world war going on right now. sanctions being thrown back and forth between nations and things like that. The United States putting heavily embargoes and sanctions on other nations. All right, and it's an economical warfare going on, and there's proxy wars going on everywhere. So it's like, it's like, even though there's not a whole lot of things going on in the media right now, it's like things are a lot worse than we can really realize because, you know, I did a lesson earlier this in January, and it was talking about how in the month of January alone, the United States deficit jumped like well, I want to say 40 trillion or something like that. I forgot what the number was, but it was an astronomical number, and it was the historical highest number in the history of the deficit, United States debt deficit. So it's like so there's a lot of things going on that are leading up to to the all out World War III, the end all tell all, which is going to end the nuclear um warfare, thermonuclear warfare at that. So and we're witnessing the United States being stretched thin financially, militarily, like in all types of ways. All right. All right. So going back to the article, it says that while it is not a guarantee of a recession, it certainly is an indication that there's a lot of variables to stop. All right. More often than not, it really speaks to um, cyclical vulnerability. It says that's compounded by other signs of an increasingly sluggish United States economy. GDP is set to slow dramatically over the first quarter, with the Atlanta Fed forecasting expansions of just 2.5% over the most recent 3-month period. Meanwhile, the United States Coincident Index, a growth measure that indicates GDP, jobs, and retail sales data, has trended near 0% over the last 2 years, plunging from a peak of around 20% in 2021. It says hiring conditions are also starting to weaken dramatically. Though job growth looks strong on the surface, the unemployment rate is ticked steadily higher, noticing its highest level in 2 years in February. Wow. So even though jobs are coming about, the unemployment rate is increasing. People are getting hired, but a lot more people are not having jobs, man. It's crazy. It says, meanwhile, the ECRI's Political Labor Conditions Index, a measure of political labor impulse in the economy, has plunged nearly 50% over the past few years. The steep, the steep decline mirrors falls since prior to 2001, 2008, and pandemic era recession. Historical data from ECRI shows. Hearing strength seems to lie in non um, discretionary areas of the market, which typically occurs before a recession, as consumers prioritize needs over wants. Job growth and education and health rose around 4% last year, though job growth in every other sector trended near 0%, ECRI data shows. It says probably without that probably would have been in recession of non-discretionary hiring growth. It says, according to Akatem, those warning signs point to a tug of war in the economy, with growth in the United States being pulled back and forth between um, uh, cyclical weakness and external support, such as stimulus spending and labor hoarding during the pandemic. If those support fades, those that could spell some trouble, he warned. Other economists have sounded the alarm of a coming downturn, especially as the inflation could remain sticky and the Feds risk keeping rates higher for longer, according to the top economist David Rosenberg. A recession is 4 times more likely to happen than an economic expansion, and that a downturn with steep job losses, grinding so seats, could 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 sometimes before could sometime before the end of the year. All right, steep job losses could happen for sometime before the end of the year. All right, so with that being said, let's go into some scriptures. Let's get Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, "Remember thy Creator, and remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, right? While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them," because these are going to be non-desirable, non-pleasurable times that's ahead of us. You know, we're hearing the wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. Uh, Global economy collapses. United States which is the front runner of of the control of the global economy, which they're being weaned out of the way, and China's going to be put in a place. But all that's going to come to an end, according to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Verse 2, it says, "While the sun, nor the light, nor the moon, or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. And a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble." Right, they're about this economical collapse in the United States. The keepers of the house, the government is trembling, especially with the way the Feds are holding on to the interest rates the way they're holding on to. So that those are key factors on the downfall of the United States, because it's going to start from the money to the military. Because if you don't have enough money to fund, it's one thing about having a lot of money to go to war with. But if you don't have the resources or the money to go to war with, you're gonna lose. It doesn't matter how big your army is, because you're gonna need to rejuvenate. There's gonna be a lot of things that need to happen as far as economically in order for you to sustain a war. And America's not economically set up to do that. Even though they're giving funding and aid to all these other countries, you know, like Ukraine and Taiwan and South Korea, but not able to stabilize themselves. All right, verse 3 says, "In the days of the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinding shall cease because they are few." Right, what did it say? Like, loss of jobs coming forth before the end of this year. "And those that look out of the windows shall be darkened." All right, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Right, loss of jobs. Right, ain't gonna be nobody out there out and about, because ain't nobody gonna be having no place to go. All right, it says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all the daughters of the music shall be brought low. And that's what we're witnessing happening right here in the United States. All right, let me get Job 20 and 22, because this is all Yahweh Shim Shai putting his grips on Esau, man. You mess with somebody's pockets, they ain't got the leg to stand on. You know, Esau without his money is nothing. All right, this is Job chapter 20 verse 22. It says, In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon them. Right. So now, as you see, it's like, oh, now as you see, the United States economy start to decline. Right. That's going to expose the United States vulnerability, and as they become more weakened and weakened, all right, they become more susceptible to go under attack, right? But and you're witnessing like a struggling economy in the United States, as if as if we're going to war on the fronts, if like the United States is going to war on the front, like here on the American soil, um, because it's economically rough out here. But everything is happening overseas, but we're starting to feel the major effects here in the United States, man. You know, all right. So it says Job 20 and 22 again, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiencies, he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall be upon him, come upon him. All right. And when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him, and while he is eating, and he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. So there's no place Esau can go, man. There's no place Esau can go. The Lord has his number. The Lord is bringing judgment on the place in all type of different ways. The same thing that they established this thing on the dollar is the same thing that Yahweh on the dollar. They established the United States on the atomic bomb with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the creation of the OPEC dollar with the OPEC nations. And those are the two things that are going to destroy this place, man. All right, this is James chapter 5, verse 1. It says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your miseries shall come upon you. The riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth eaten. Right. So it's the corruption of the dollar that has all these nations fornicating with the United States. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as if it were fire. You have heaped up treasures for the last days, right? And Esau has done it for the last days. It's time for them to be moved out of the way, and we're witnessing them being moved by Yahweh, by Shem Shai, man. And it's all according to prophecy, and we've been prophesying about this thing for years, man. You know, and you're going to witness some more drastic declines in the global economy because of what's happening with the dollar. All right, Lord willing, this lesson is edified and serves its purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh Shemi outside without being said like Sekal, Halayim, like Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Harikak Wadash, Ma'amat. Double honor to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Heroine as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, and peace and blessings to the men and women and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Shalom.